Second Meshach Chachma. This is in Parashas Kedoshim. This is Parak Yutes Pasuk Hey, a pasuk that we mentioned recently a few times. The last Gemara in Masechtas Menachos, and we had it here in the beginning of Chulin as well. V'chisiz b'chu zevach shlamim l'Hashem. L'rtzoinchem tizbachu. If you're going to bring a carbon shlamim, you should bring it l'rtzoinchem. What does l'tzoinchem mean? Problem is asik. But l'rtzoinchem tizbachu. Says Ramei Simcha, why does the pasuk say this only by the shlamim? It doesn't say by any other carbon. Make sure you bring it l'ratzon. It's tafka by the shlamim that we say, make sure you bring it l'ratzon. So Ramei Simcha says, because what does l'ratzon mean? L'ratzon means you should do it wholeheartedly. When you bring a carbon, you shouldn't be bringing it ba'oines ubekfiyah. You should be doing it 100% the way you want to. In fact, if you take a look at Even Ezra, right in the beginning of Sefer Vayikra, so the pasuk says, "Yakriv oisar l'rtzoynei lefnei Hashem." Zok to Even Ezra, "Sheyakrivenu l'rtzoynei v'loi ba'oines," and it's really based on the Gemara in Bava Basra, Kofen Oisachiyem Eroitzani, that famous sugya. But the point is that when we talk about bringing a carbon l'rotzen, what it means is you want 100% to bring the carbon. He says, anytime a person brought a carbon, he was probably bringing a baratz, and why else was he bringing the carbon? He said, but in the 40 years of the Midbar, the Yidden were not allowed to eat basa taifa, which means if I want a steak dinner, there's only one way I could do it. I have to bring a carbon. There says Ramei Simcha, it's yitachin, it's mistaver, that maybe when he's bringing this carbon, he's not really bringing it because he wants to, he's bringing it ba'oines. What's the oines? I have no choice. But really, I just want to order a steak to go. I want a pastrami on a ride. That's really all I want, with a pickle and mustard. I'm not interested right now in bringing a carbon. There's an issa basa taiva. That's why by the shlamim, the Torah said, I know what you might be thinking. It's a panim chadashis in seeing the shlamim, right? We mentioned that diak in the parasha of Shchutei Chutz yesterday. Shlamim, because the shlamim served the dual purpose 40 years in the Midbar. It was the way you had a steak dinner. So you would have thought that maybe there you're not going to have the proper ratzon. And Pashup Shan in the pasuk. That's why the Torah says, Ramei Simcha says,